You know, the only reason I'm wearing this idol shirt, the only reason I'm wearing this idol shirt is because I want to talk about episode 7 of how heavy the dumbbells you lift. I can't even describe this episode. You know, last week was hilarious. Meaning Gina. It was hilarious. Now, the only reason I got my glow sticks out like in the blue, the only reason I got my glow sticks out in the blue is because of the fact that we've got an idol episode of the stupidest thing ever. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, let me turn this off. Excuse me for this, but when you add a muscle show like this, and when you put idols that I endure so much, whether it's Muse, Aquas, Idolmaster, you name it. I like what they did in this episode to put idols into this. Into the whole, like, it's funny. I can't even imagine. And we don't really have a lesson. Normally every episode of this show, we talk about lessons when it comes to the arms, the back, the legs, or whatever. But, you know, the whole thing about idols, stands out here. And I gotta talk about this, episode 7. Let me talk about this. You know, back when I said that between Gina or Sakura, who will be the best girl out of the two? It was hard to come by these days, and it was close. But after looking at this episode, I gotta say, Gina just now proved to me why she's best girl of this show. And the opening was even hilarious. Like, I wasn't even like, to be honest, it wasn't even like halfway through the episode, and they asked her, how you speak Japanese? How you know Japanese? Oh, I watch anime. I've watched anime. So I'm like, she has class. And I don't blame her because we do that too. Think about it. Do y'all watch anime just for the show, or do y'all watch it also for the lessons? Like teaching y'all how to say "oh ni-chan," "oh ne-chan," or saying "kawaii," or anything like that, "ikinakimasu," or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is, I get where she's coming from, learning anime. I mean, like, we do that too. We watch anime to learn how to talk. Even when saying the words, the most common words like "nani" or "baka," you know what I mean? Those are the types of things that we watch in anime. The simple words, but also trying to learn how to speak Japanese. And that's why I like Gina. She learns from watching anime, and she's a huge fan. She watched Jackie Chan movies. She got taste. I mean, literally, she got taste. And I like Jackie Chan movies too. She got taste. And you know, now, aside from that, episode 7 wasn't even, like I said, with the workout stuff. But it was all about, you know, what to eat and becoming idols. So let me just get to the first half of this preview. Let me just get to this review. So, gym's closed and they have nowhere else to go. Now, and then you got Sakura works at a barbecue joint, and because of her brother saved this guy, and she got a job 5 days a week working at this barbecue joint, and all these tears, happy, but enjoying all the meat, and the whole theme for that was about the proteins. Like, I get it, meat. Ikumi from Food Wars will be so proud. I love Ikumi in Food Wars, and she's the meat master too. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to meat have protein, and some has calories and that stuff. So I like the lesson when it comes to meat. It teaches you, like, what styles of meat has proteins, which styles of meat has sugar, what meat has low calorie, anything like that, and I get that. But I like how Tachibana and what's his name? Oh, Machio were in their cow outfits and explaining what's in the how beef is cut and how many calories it has. But again, Machio ripping off his shirt again. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Machio ripping off his shirt is funny. Sorry about this. Okay, back to what I was saying. Machio's shirt is funny. But can we have an episode where he's not ripping off his shirt for once? I understand that's his trademark and all, don't get me wrong. That's his trademark. But can we have at least one episode with him ripping off his shirt? I mean, like, can we just have a normal macho with just jacket on and just talk a lesson? Or do something? Can we have just one of that? No. So, and, you know, with all the membership fees going on, what's her name again? Oh, Akime, you know, the rich girl. She's like, oh, my sister's the board of the school, so she could pay all your fees. And I'm like, wow. So you're telling me Akime is rich. She's rich. She has a muscle fetish. She has a big ass mansion. And her sister's the chairman of the board. Are you fucking kidding me? You're kidding me. Okay, that just says enough right there. But I'm like, wait a minute. So what was the purpose of you buying all the fees then? I mean, if you're paying monthly fees for the muscle gym, you're just gonna spend it on food then. If you think about it, I'm like, that's a waste. Okay, now, the Russian girl Gina, I don't know why she's best. I mean, not only she's best girl, no, she wants to become an idol, no, but I love how she noticed Tachibana Sensei as the famous cosplayer ever. I don't know how she does that. I mean, she just looked at the mole from the teacher, from Tachibana, then looked at her phone, and because she's into cosplay too, which I like about her. And she looking at the cosplay, she's like, wait a minute, the mole? It can't be. That's Tachibana. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You're telling me you could tell by a person's mole that that's the teacher. That's like saying, oh, you see a teacher with a gap tooth right there, a gap teeth. And then you look at this cosplayer and you see a gap teeth. You're like, wait a minute. That's like 1,000,000 to 1 chance. How would you know that's the mole? I mean, any teacher could have a mole on her face like that. You wouldn't even tell that was her. But she got some good eye. She got some good eye and saying, wait a minute, the mole? That's Tachibana Sensei. I'm like, again, you could tell by that? Again, there's like 5 different other moles on teachers' faces. You could just tell by that particular mole. That same spot. Let's say there's 5 different teachers. And they each got the mole on their face. The same spot. I'm sorry, whatever spot it is. Same spot, like right here. And Gina's gonna figure it out automatically. Oh, that's Tachibana. That's the famous cosplayer Rico. I'm like, wow. That is some good eye. So Gina, you know, wants to have a moment with Rico, aka Tachibana Sensei. You know, the famous cosplayer. Because that's her dream, taking photos and all that stuff. And even I like how Tachibana dresses with Chun-Li from Street Fighter. I mean, between Chun-Li, is Chun-Li the favorite, like, hottest Street Fighter girl? She's like second to me because you got Cammy, Chun-Li, and then Rainbow Mika. Okay, back to what I was saying. So they did a little lesson for this one about the whole jogging because it's one station to the next station. So they jog like a little light pacing jog, you know, not a running thing, just a lightly jog, you know. I mean, people do that too. I mean, we live in a day where it's like, oh, here's the next stop. Why don't we just walk it out or jog it out? Because it's a station that's like right next to that station. So that's why I was like, yeah, we could just walk or jog it out. And then Gina wants to become an idol, and she says she's gonna make the best unit ever. Okay, this is where the idol thing comes in play. This is where idols comes in play. Look, I can see Gina becoming an idol for various reasons. She has the body for it. She has the passion for it. Every idol has a passion to become idols. Every girl in Love Live or any other idol show you watch have a destiny to become idols. I was hoping she doesn't get hit by a truck like Sakura did in Zombieland Saga. Like, please don't let it be a truck. Please don't let it be a truck. Please don't let it get hit by a truck. I'm begging you, don't get hit by a truck. I mean, we already witnessed that one already. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The moment we've all been waiting for. And I never would expect this to be coming out. The idols. Okay, before I do this, let me say it again. With Muse, my favorite idol is Maki, and my unit is BB. In Aquas, my favorite idol is Rico, and my favorite unit is Guilty Kiss. Sorry. My favorite unit is Guilty Kiss. Now, let me just go back. Now, let me just say this. I like, when it gets to the auditions, you got these... Gina and her group came in with all the Silverman's muscles on top, on the bottom, carrying all of them. And she literally... And they're like, okay, we're the muscle gals. I'm like, oh my god, damn. And then in their swimsuits, I was laughing at it. Even Tachibana is like my favorite sensei of this year. She about to be my favorite sensei because not only she's hiding her face in a kendo mask, she also said, fuck the Budo. That is the best thing she has ever said. She said, fuck the Budo. She is hilarious. And as idols, sorry about this. As idols, you're supposed to cheer and, cheer and see how they do it. But let me tell you what they did. With Gina and Ayaka, they did their demonstration by sparring. And the way how they were fighting scenes, right, when they were sparring, it was like looking at Kill la Kill. It was like seeing the two sisters in Kill la Kill going at it. So see that little action thing they do, I'm like, wow. And you got Hibiki just doing all the weights like this. I'm like, wow. But then at the same time, everybody was cheering like, yeah! Yeah! I'm like, wow. People cheer for that shit? People cheer. And just how curious, and just sorry about this. Just how curious was that as they were cheering on still, you got Moteru, the only guy in the audience with shoulders all tied up with a blue cap. Yeah, all tied up, underwear, all muscle-like, and a blue cap. And I'm like, no one's not even questioning that? They're just gonna let him dress like that? Okay, forget that. But Tachibana had to make her last move, so she did the lifting and just, and all the fans liked it. I'm like, wow. And for the director, he's like, okay, idols are normal. So basically he's saying this is just, idols are normal these days. I can't even argue with that. But the lesson that we got from the end was that you take a bottle and just doing this. That's it. So I think that was a good ending to teach us a lesson about using the arms, like stay in one stare and just do like 20 of these. So that's it. So I like episode 7 because episode 7 was hilarious. Unlike last week was funny, but episode 7 was funnier. It was funnier. We had episode 7 was about idols. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have an idol episode. I thought this was gonna be an idol episode, and we actually got it at the end. But dang, this was great. This was great. Plus Gina just proved to me why she's best girl. I'm sorry, she just proved to me. It's Gina, is Sakura, is Ayaka, Akime, and then Tachibana for now. But that's my order for now is. So, and I like this episode because we had to talk about it wasn't about working out, but it was about like the right proteins and the right beef to eat, the right meat, and becoming an idol, that's what I like about it. So I like how they bring the funniness to idols everywhere. So next week is episode 8. I look forward to seeing. Let's see how funny we get in